No, sir. An august moment with the Indian Tiranga and the Interpol flag side by side on the dais in the presence of the Honorable Prime Minister of India. Thank you. We now present to you a welcome video from the host nation, India, showcasing a microcosm of our country in all its color and glory.
Welcome to India.
May I now invite Major General Ahmad Nasser Al-Raisi, President of Interpol, to welcome the Honorable Prime Minister. May I also request Mr. Jürgen Stock, Secretary General Interpol, to welcome the Honorable Home Minister. It is now my privilege to invite the Director, Central Bureau of Investigation and Head of the National Central Bureau, Shri Subodh Kumar Jaiswal, to deliver his welcome remarks.
Shri Narendra Modi ji, Honorable Prime Minister of India, Shri Amit Shah ji, Honorable Union Home and Cooperation Minister, Shri Ahmad Nasser Al-Raisi, President of Interpol, Mr. Jürgen Stock, Secretary General Interpol, distinguished international delegates, Honorable Ministers of the Government of India, Director Generals of Police Forces across the country, distinguished guests, members of the print and electronic media, ladies and gentlemen, Namaskar, good afternoon, bonjour, hola, assalamu alaikum. It is truly a pleasure for me to extend a very warm welcome to all of you today. On behalf of Interpol, CBI, on my own behalf, I consider it a rare honor to extend a warm welcome to our esteemed Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi ji, who has graciously consented to inaugurate this General Assembly. Sir, your strong belief in the close linkage between societal development, security, and law enforcement have given shape to result-oriented policies and governance. Your presence today here is a symbol of the Government of India's unwavering commitment towards promoting international cooperation efforts in ensuring global security. Sir, your singular effort in ensuring tangible outcomes out of the annual Conference of Directors General of Police Forces in India has become a game changer in the policing efforts within the country, wherein both uniform and diverse police initiatives across the country have been encouraged to deliver. We all look forward with enthusiasm to an enlightening address from you, which will be a clarion call for policemen across the world present here to raise the bar of performance and deliver. It gives me great pleasure to welcome Honorable Union Home and Cooperation Minister Shri Amit Shah ji, whose singular efforts have seen a tangible and robust paradigm shift in security and law enforcement response in this country. Sir, I thank you for having graced us with your august presence. We have amidst us Shri Ahmad Nasser Al-Raisi, Inspector General of the Ministry of Interior, United Arab Emirates, and also now President of Interpol. This will be the first General Assembly which will be held under his presidency, and it is hoped that new milestones in operationalizing Interpol initiatives will be set forth at this conclave of police professionals. Present amidst us is also Mr. Jürgen Stock, a police professional from Germany, who is the present Secretary General of Interpol. Mr. Stock has provided the organization dedicated leadership during his tenure, which has seen unprecedented growth in operational activities at Interpol. I am encouraged by the presence of delegates from the police fraternity from member countries and observer organizations. We look forward to hearing from you and sharing your ideations and experiences in your own country, which will help us in formulating responses to a safer and better world. Your gracious presence here underscores the uniqueness of Interpol. We policemen are the sentinels of justice, and in these times of extraordinary changes in the threat environment, justice for the victim of crime has to become the cornerstone of all police response worldwide. All criminal activities affect the common man globally, and it needs to be reiterated that we policemen in our own systems have sworn to protect the common man. Ladies and gentlemen, many are the challenges which need to be addressed. There is an urgent need to develop a robust, informal response where the network of police chiefs can engage rapidly and cut short legal red tape. Friends, looking at you today, I am indeed reminded of what Louis Armstrong famously sang, and I quote, I say to myself, what a wonderful world. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir. It gives me great pleasure to invite Major General Ahmad Nasser al-Raisi, President of Interpol, to deliver his opening address.
Namaste, good afternoon, bonjour, buenos dias, مساء الخير. Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji, Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to be here at the 90th Interpol General Assembly in New Delhi. First, I would like to thank the Indian government for their warm welcome and superb organization of this event. Aap sabhi ko dhanyavad. Just last year, I had the privilege of being elected president by you all at the 89th General Assembly in Istanbul. I take this honor seriously. I want to take this opportunity to repeat the commitment I made to you on that day to drive forward modern Interpol, to enhance transparency, to support collaboration between member countries. Since we last see each other in Istanbul, has taken the Interpol significant step forward. We have introduced activities to deliver the future of policing. We have executed sustainable budget, and we have grown joint capability building programs with regional police organizations. Our partnerships with organizations such as the UN, the WHO, WCO, and the private sector are stronger than ever. And we have implemented Code of Conduct for the Executive Committee as adopted by the General Assembly last year. You will hear more about this in the coming days. This progress has been only possible because of the work of the members across the globe, and also because of the efforts of all the Interpol governance bodies. The General Assembly, the Executive Committee, the Governance Working Group, the Commission for the Control of the Interpol File, the Advisory Group on Financial Matters, the Standing Committee on the Processing of Data, and the external auditors for supporting decision-making across the organization. Even with all the progress we made, we are still far from our goals, which is why we are here today in New Delhi. In Arabic, we have a saying, al-af'al ablagh min al-aqwal. In English, this might be translated as action speak louder than words. Next year, we'll be celebrating our centenary. Let us take action and ensure that we will celebrate another 100 years. Cyber threats cross-border conflicts, global warming. Imagine a world without the Interpol. It would be impossible for countries to keep up with these challenges on their own. As the world's largest policing organization, it's the job of the Interpol to make sure that all countries are supported. No member country is too big, and no also member country is too small. We must all be equally represented. Our contracted employees and seconded officers should be as diverse as our Interpol member country. Let us formalize it. Further, I pledge that we will always put safety and security first. Our organization must not be also politicized. Through a neutral and transparent Interpol, we will strengthen our unity and build trust. We are 195 members strong, representing nearly every country on the planet. Our officers and our NCPs are the reason for successful operations. How can we better support them? One key tactic: capacity building. Interpol is here to strengthen law enforcement in our member countries. Many of our existing capability building programs have potential that it's untapped. We must change this. Program like the Interpol Virtual Academy, making training more accessible. I am proud to say that more than 27,000 of these courses have been completed to date. Also, secondment, a vital opportunity for collaboration, are another way to drive knowledge building in our organization. Interpol depends on the support of the secondment from your agencies. But right now, we are not keeping up with the demand. We need to balance this with your help. Another opportunity for us to improve our 19 Interpol databases. Without your use of the databases and also your contribution, we are missing an opportunity. One example only: 68 countries have contributed to the International Child Sexual Exploitation Database. We can and we will do better. I know that also the digital and modern Interpol important to all of you in this room. Let us set this as the priority and a top priority. The safety of every community in our member countries depends on it. On my recent visit to our colleagues in Singapore, I saw the progress they have made at the Interpol Global Complex for Innovation, creating new ways to fight crimes and driving innovation. IGCI sets an example for us all. And with digitization, advances such as the secure cloud and the Interpol's mobile device portable tool to instant access to our databases, we are steadily improving access the service on the front line, anytime and anywhere, and from any device without any disruption. I call on you to help to build a modern Interpol, share the challenges you see and the opportunities. And last but not least, I'd like to recognize the continued value of international cooperation. Cooperation with our NCPs, cooperation with the national institutions, cooperation with the international organization. We have nearly 70 international agreements. 15 of these are with the United Nations and its agencies. Partnerships and information sharing help us to better tackle and prevent crimes. And again, Interpol databases are the foundation that support our work. Every country's contribution is vital, and the databases will help to better inform policing efforts. We are stronger together. All in all, we must remember the criminals always try to outsmart us, but they are no match for 195 countries, a strong organization as the far-reaching tool for police across the globe. Our action will speak louder than our words. Over the past few months, Interpol has undertaken a wide range of successful global police operations. Last June, Operation Lionfish 5 saw 1,333 suspected arrests across 22 countries, with 300 tons of Becker's chemicals and 35.5 tons of narcotics seized. The same month, $11 million US dollars worth of fake medicine were seized across 94 countries during Operation Bangia. We are indeed showing the world our might. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, the future of Interpol is decided in this room, and by proxy, the future of law enforcement. The voice of every single member will be heard. I look forward to our discussions, and with the work of all of our governance bodies, we will take the resolution made here and put them into action. To close, I want to thank you for your attendance. Also, I want to thank my fellow executive committee members. I am proud of the efforts we have made together. And also, I want to recognize the high number of executive committee nominations received. It shows a strong commitment to diversity. These next few days set the tone for the next year of action. Let us continue to build a safer world together. Nanivad, thank you, merci, and gracias. Shukran.
Thank you, Mr. President. On this historic occasion of the 90th General Assembly, and in recognition of the seminal contribution of Interpol, the Department of Posts of the Government of India is releasing a commemorative postage stamp. I now request the Honorable Prime Minister to kindly release the commemorative stamp. Thank you, Honorable Prime Minister, sir. In addition to the release of the postage stamp, the Government of India is commemorating the glorious journey of Interpol with the issuance of a commemorative coin of ₹100 denomination. The coin is made up of quaternary alloy with 50% silver. Thank you, sir. It is now my proud privilege to invite the Honorable Prime Minister to deliver his inaugural address. Ladies and gentlemen, the Honorable Prime Minister of India, Shri Narendra Modi.
my colleague in the Union Cabinet, Sri Amit Shah, Interpol President, Sri Ahmed Nasser Al-Rais, Interpol Secretary General, Sri Jorgen Stock, Director of CBI, Sri S.K. Jaiswal, distinguished delegates and participants, I extend a warm welcome to everyone for the 98th Interpol General Assembly. It is a great to have you here at a time that is significant for both India and the Interpol. India is celebrating 75 years of independence in 2022. It is a celebration of our people, culture, and achievements. It is a time for looking back at where we came from and also for looking ahead at where we want to go. The Interpol is also approaching a historic milestone. In 2023, Interpol will be celebrating 100 years of founding. This is a good time to rejoice and reflect, learn from setbacks, celebrate victories, and then look to the future with hope. Friends, the concept of Interpol finds a connect with various aspects of Indian philosophy. The motto of the Interpol is connecting police for a safer world. Many of you may have heard of the Vedas as one of the world's oldest scriptures. One of the verses in Vedas says, Ano bhadraha kratavo yantu vishwataha. It means, let noble thoughts come from all directions. This is a call for universal cooperation to make the world a better place. There is a unique global outlook in India's soul. This is why India is one of the top contributors in sending brave men and women to the United Nations peacekeeping operations. Even before our own independence, we made sacrifices to make the world a better place. Thousands of Indians fought and died in the world wars. From climate targets to COVID vaccines, India has shown willingness to take the lead in any kind of crisis. And now, at a time when nations and societies are becoming inward-looking, India calls for more, not less, international cooperation. Global cooperation for local welfare is our call. Friends, the philosophy of law enforcement is best explained by Chanakya, the ancient Indian philosopher. Anvikshaki traivartanam योग क्षेम साधनो दंड तस्य नीति ही दंड नीति अलब्ध लाभार्था लब्ध परीक्षणी रक्षित विवर्धनी बुद्धस्य तीर्थेषु प्रतिपादनी च. It means the material and spiritual welfare of a society is through law enforcement. Law enforcement, according to Chanakya, helps in gaining what we do not have, protecting what we have, increasing what we have protected, and distributing it to the most deserving. This is an inclusive view of law enforcement. Police forces across the world are not just protecting people, but are furthering social welfare. They are also at the front line of society's response to any crisis. It was most visible during the COVID-19 pandemic. Across the world, police personnel put their own lives at risk to help people out. Many of them even made the ultimate sacrifice in service of the people. I pay my respect to them. Even if the world comes to halt, the responsibility of keeping it safe does not go away. The Interpol remained functional 24/7, even during the pandemic. Friends, India's diversity and scale are hard to imagine for those who have not experienced it. It is home to the highest mountain ranges, one of the driest deserts, some of the thickest forests, and many of the world's most densely populated cities. India packs the future of continents in just one country. For example, India's most populous state, Uttar Pradesh, has a population close to that of Brazil. Our capital, Delhi, has more people than the whole of Sweden. Friends, the Indian police at the federal and state levels cooperate to implement more than 900 national and around 10,000 state laws. Add to this the diversity of India's society. People from all the major religions of the world live here. There are hundreds of languages and dialects spoken. Massive festivals attract millions of devotees. For example, Kumbh Mela, the largest and longest spiritual mass gathering in the world, had 240 million pilgrims. With all this, our police forces work with respecting the diversity and rights of the people promised by the Constitution. They not only protect the people, but also serve our democracy. Take the scale of India's free, fair, and massive elections. Elections involve arrangements for around 900 million electorals. This is close to the population of North and South American continents taken together. About 2.3 million police personnel are deployed to help with the elections. In upholding diversity and democracy, India is a case study for the world. Friends, over the last 99 years, the Interpol has connected police organizations globally across 195 countries. This is despite differences in legal framework system and languages. In recognition of this, a commemorative stamp and a coin have been released today. Friends, despite all the past successes, today I want to remind the world about a few things. There are many harmful globalized threats that the world faces. Terrorism, corruption, drug trafficking, poaching, and organized crime. The pace of change of these dangers is faster than earlier. When threats are global, the response cannot be just local. It is time, and it is high time, that the world comes together to defeat these threats. Friends, India has been combating transnational terrorism for several decades, long before the world woke. Up to it, we knew the price of safety and security. Thousands of our people made the ultimate sacrifice in this fight. But it is no longer enough that terrorism is fought only the physical space. It is now spreading its presence through online radicalization and cyber threats. At the click of a button, an attack can be executed, or systems can be brought to their knees. Each nation is working on strategies against them. But what we do within our borders is never longer enough. There is need to further develop international strategies, establishment of early detection and warning systems, protecting transportation services, security for communication infrastructure, security for critical infrastructure, technical and technological assistance, intelligence agents. Many of the things need to be taken to a new level. Friends, some of you may be thinking why I spoke of corruption as a dangerous threat. Corruption and financial crimes have harmed the welfare of the citizens of many countries. The corrupt find a way to park the process of crime in different parts of the world. This money belongs to the citizens of the country from which they have been taken. Often, this has been taken from some of the poorest people in the world. Further, it is such money that is pushed into evil activities. This is one of the major sources of terror funding, from illegal drugs that destroy your life, to human trafficking, from weakening democracies to the sale of illegal arms. This dirty money funds many destructive enterprises. Yes, there are diverse legal and procedural framework to deal with them. However, there is a need for the global community to work even faster to eliminate safe havens. There can be no safe havens for the corrupt terrorists, drug cartels, poaching gangs, or organized crime. Such crimes against people in one place are crimes against everyone, crimes against humanity. Further, this not only harm our present, but also impact our future generations. Police and law enforcement agencies need to devise procedures and protocols to increase cooperation. Interpol can help by speeding up of red corner notices for fugitive offenders. Friends, a safe and secure world is our shared responsibility. When the forces of good cooperate, the forces of crime cannot operate. Friends, before I conclude, I have an appeal to all the guests. Do consider visiting the National Police Memorial and National War Memorial in New Delhi. You can pay respect to the heroes who laid down their lives to keep India safe. These were men and women, just like many of you, ready to do anything for the nation. Friends, let communication, collaboration, and cooperation defeat crime, corruption, and terrorism. I hope the 19th International General Assembly proves to be an effective and successful platform for this. Once again, I welcome you all to this important program. Thank you. Namaste.
Thank you, Honorable Prime Minister, sir. I now invite Major General Ahmad Nasser Al-Raisi, President of Interpol, to present a token of appreciation on behalf of Interpol to the Honorable Prime Minister. May I now request Mr. Jürgen Stock, Secretary General Interpol, to present a token of appreciation on behalf of Interpol to the Honorable Home Minister. May I now request the Special Director, Central Bureau of Investigation, and the Delegate for Asia on Interpol Executive Committee, Shri Praveen Sinha, to propose a vote of thanks.
The Honorable Prime Minister of India, respected Shri Narendra Modi ji, the Honorable Union Home and Cooperation Minister, Shri Amit Shah ji, dignitaries on the dais, esteemed participants and guests, ladies and gentlemen, Namaskar. A very good afternoon to all. It is my proud privilege to propose this vote of thanks on behalf of Interpol, Central Bureau of Investigation, and the Indian Police. It is our honor and singular fortune to have the distinguished presence of the Honorable Prime Minister. Thank you very much, sir, for accepting our invitation and delivering such an enlightening address. Your presence here today has immensely enhanced the importance of the occasion, and your thought-provoking address has set a platform for further deliberations on the challenge and need for international cooperation in the interest of mankind. Sir, I am sure the vision expressed by you shall serve as the guiding light for policy making in the arena of law enforcement, security, and international police cooperation. Sir, the gathering of domain experts like the present one helps us to constantly examine our institutional capabilities, share our experiences, build institutions, and establish long-term processes for identification and elimination of crime. We are also extremely grateful to respected Shri Amit Shah ji, the Honorable Union Home Minister of India, who has ably led the security apparatus of this nation from the very front, resulting in extraordinary, transformational, tangible outcomes. We are sincerely thankful to the esteemed ministers, Excellencies, heads and members of delegations from across the world, heads of police forces, representatives of observer organizations, media personnel, esteemed invitees and guests for your gracious presence during the inaugural session of the 90th Interpol General Assembly at New Delhi. Dhanyawad, thank you, merci, gracias, shukran, Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir. Excellencies and distinguished guests, this brings us to the end of the inaugural session. Please rise for the departure of the Honorable Prime Minister of India.
तो आप देख रहे थे सीधा प्रसारण नई दिल्ली के इस प्रगति मैदान से, जहां पर 90वीं इंटरपोल महासभा का आयोजन किया गया और इस पर प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी ने बेहद एक मर्मस्पर्शी
the Prime Minister's Khake.
देश के इतिहास में यादगार पल, आजादी के 75 वर्ष पूरा होने पर अमृत महोत्सव मनाया जा रहा है और आगमन हो रहा है दुनिया के सबसे बड़े लोकतंत्र के प्रधानमंत्री श्री नरेंद्र मोदी का। भारत का ये गौरवशाली अवसर और लाल किले के दक्षिणी छोर से लाहौरी दरवाजे की ओर बढ़ता प्रधानमंत्री का काफिला। प्रधानमंत्री बापू को श्रद्धांजलि अर्पित करने के पश्चात यहां पधार रहे हैं। लाल किले के लाहौरी गेट पर प्रधानमंत्री की अगवानी रक्षा मंत्री श्री राजनाथ सिंह, रक्षा राज्य मंत्री श्री अजय भट्ट और रक्षा सचिव डॉक्टर अजय कुमार करेंगे। इसके बाद रक्षा सचिव प्रधानमंत्री का परिचय दिल्ली क्षेत्र के जनरल ऑफिसर कमांडिंग लेफ्टिनेंट जनरल विजय कुमार मिश्रा से करवाएंगे। दिल्ली क्षेत्र के जनरल ऑफिसर कमांडिंग प्रधानमंत्री को सलामी मंच की ओर ले जाएंगे, जहां अंतर सेना और दिल्ली पुलिस गारद के जवान उन्हें सलामी देंगे। इसके बाद प्रधानमंत्री श्री नरेंद्र मोदी सम्मान गारद का निरीक्षण करेंगे। आगमन हो रहा है लाल किले की प्राचीर के नजदीक माननीय प्रधानमंत्री श्री नरेंद्र मोदी का।
The Prime Minister's Guard of Honor assembled here just outside the Lahore Gate as the Prime Minister arrives here.
भारत की गौरव बताता विश्व में लहराने वाले माननीय प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी, हम विनय से स्वागत करते हैं।
माननीय प्रधानमंत्री श्री नरेंद्र मोदी का आगमन, उनकी अगवानी की रक्षा मंत्री श्री राजनाथ सिंह, रक्षा राज्य मंत्री श्री अजय भट्ट, रक्षा सचिव डॉक्टर अजय कुमार।
माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी से सम्मान गारद का निरीक्षण करने का अनुरोध किया जाएगा। अंतर सेना पुलिस सम्मान गार्ड निरीक्षण के लिए हाजिर है श्रीमान। माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी ने निवेदन गरिमापूर्वक स्वीकार किया और
Wing Commander Kunal Khanna, who's commanding this Guard of Honor, requesting the Prime Minister to come and inspect the Guard of Honor. And when the inspection starts, The band positioned there will strike up a slow march.
निरीक्षण समाप्त हुआ। और अब माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी
The inspection of the Guard of Honor complete, the Prime Minister will now make his way through the beautifully decorated Lahori Gate to reach the ramparts of Red Fort for the flag unfurling and his customary address to the nation. And today, as we take a look at our achievements, there is a sense of pride, but also a realization of the miles we need to walk for achieving the different shades of independence. The past can give us context and inspiration, but it is only in the present that we can sow the seeds of a better future.
प्रधानमंत्री सम्मान गारद का निरीक्षण करने के बाद लाहौरी दरवाजे से अब लाल किले की प्राचीर की ओर अग्रसर, और आज उनके स्वागत में विशेष रूप से 2 हाथी भी वहां मौजूद, और इधर 41 फीट ऊंचे और 24 फीट चौड़े लाहौरी गेट से गुजरकर प्राचीर पर पहुंचने के लिए माननीय प्रधानमंत्री लिफ्ट की ओर अग्रसर हो रहे हैं। विजय चौक से शानदार दृश्य, विशाल और ऐतिहासिक इमारतें सर्दी के ढलते सूरज की रोशनी में और भी भव्य लगती हुई। पूरा वातावरण उत्सुकता की चादर ओढ़े है। अब से कुछ ही देर में भव्य समारोह बीटिंग द ट्रीट प्रारंभ होगा। इस बार जब हम आजादी का अमृत महोत्सव मना रहे हैं, हमारे हर राष्ट्रीय पर्व की सज-धज अलग है। बीटिंग द ट्रीट समारोह का आयोजन स्थल विजय चौक अब गतिविधियों का केंद्र है, और थोड़ी देर में यह सैन्य संगीत के जादू का एक विशाल मंच बन जाएगा। इस समारोह के मुख्य अतिथि माननीय राष्ट्रपति श्री रामनाथ कोविंद हैं। सैन्य संगीत और प्रकाश का शानदार और भव्य समारोह है बीटिंग द ट्रीट।
Good evening and greetings from New Delhi's Vijay Chowk, the victorious meeting of parts. Today, we will witness one of the most visually stunning and musically flavorful of military traditions that form a part of our Republic Day celebrations. As Vijay Chowk expands, embraces in its folds the coming together of different directions today, all roads lead to this culminating point where military tradition speaks to a republic and martial music gets introduced to millennial sensibilities. In a short while from now, the President of India, Shri Ramnath Kovind, will reach Vijay Chowk. The tricolour will be unfurled during the national salute and the playing of the national anthem. And then the sounding of the fanfare by the buglers will be the cue for Vijay Chowk to resonate with the harmonious blends of quick and slow marches, traditional and modern compositions, and a tapestry of hymns, reels, and stratospheres. And that's why Vijay Chowk is the perfect setting, a spectacular meeting of military tradition, modern sensibilities, public patriotism, and the possibility of self-reflection.
इस बार कई नई पहल की गई हैं। आजादी का अमृत महोत्सव मनाने के लिए इस बार कई नई धुनें जोड़ी गई हैं। ड्रोन का प्रदर्शन है, प्रोजेक्शन मैपिंग से नॉर्थ ब्लॉक और साउथ ब्लॉक की दीवारों पर भारतीय इतिहास को टेक्नोलॉजी के माध्यम से दर्शाया जाएगा। गणतंत्र दिवस की तरह ही बीटिंग रिट्रीट समारोह के लिए पर्यावरण के अनुकूल आमंत्रण पत्र तैयार किए गए हैं। इस पत्र को अश्वगंधा, एलोवेरा और आंवला जैसे औषधीय पौधों के बीजों से तैयार किया गया है। इसके जरिए लोगों को इन पौधों को लगाने के लिए प्रोत्साहित किया जा रहा है। आजादी का 75वां वर्ष, हमारी आजादी का अमृत महोत्सव और इसे विशेष बनाते हुए कई आकर्षण इस बार इसमें शामिल किए गए हैं। प्रोजेक्शन मैपिंग लेजर शो और 1000 ड्रोन यहां रंगों और प्रकाश का ऐसा प्रदर्शन करेंगे जो हमेशा याद रहेगा। ये सब पहली बार हो रहा है। पहली बार इस तरह का प्रदर्शन बीटिंग रिट्रीट समारोह का हिस्सा बना है। विजय चौक पर गण्यमान्य व्यक्तियों का आगमन।
Today we shall see nearly 1,000 bandsmen from the armed services come together with perfect timing and choreography, weaving their own special tapestry of magical martial music and set against the backdrop of the majestic Rashtrapati Bhavan and the gently sloping Raisena Hill. The golden hues of a setting sun will create pictures of extraordinary beauty. So just settle down and wait to be enthralled. The arrival of dignitaries continues here. And here you get a full picture from our specially placed cameras of the entire ceremony. Pictures and visuals that the cameras will give you are not visible even from the ground level because the cameras are positioned at very, very high and strategic points. People kitted out in their warm winter woolens. It's a lovely sunny day. The last couple of days have been sunny. So we're blessed to have sunny skies again today. And it's nice and warm. Warmth has this wonderful way of making itself weave its way into our hearts. But as the sun sets, the cold nip in the air will return.
29 जनवरी की शाम सर्द है लेकिन बेहद खुशनुमा है। लगातार 2 दिन से धूप खिली हुई, लेकिन जैसा हम सब जानते हैं उत्तर भारत और खासतौर पर अगर दिल्ली की बात करें तो सूरज ढलते ही सर्दी बढ़नी शुरू हो जाती है। अनुशासन और धैर्य इस समारोह की विशेषता है। संगीत और प्रकाश के साथ साथ विजय चौक का पूरा इलाका हरियाली और फूलों से सजकर आज की शाम के समारोह के लिए तैयार है। विजय चौक के आसपास का पूरा इलाका जिसमें ऐतिहासिक इमारतें हैं और ढलते सूरज की तांबई रोशनी।
In today's era of fast movement, short attention spans, and quick turnaround times, the role of traditional ceremonies and protocol is all the more special. History, ceremony, and protocol all have a way of giving context, of anchoring the present in a stability that has weathered time. The seamless nature of the transfer and transitions of these traditions strengthen a nation. The beating retreat is a centuries-old military tradition, dating from the days when the troops disengaged from battle at sunset. As soon as the buglers sounded the retreat, the troops ceased fighting, sheathed their arms, and withdrew from the battlefield. And it is for this reason that the custom of standing still during the sounding of retreat has been retained to this day.
बीटिंग रिट्रीट एक बड़ी पुरानी सैन्य परंपरा है। आप में से बहुतों को यह ज्ञान होगा कि महाभारत और हमारे कई ग्रंथों में इस बात का उल्लेख है कि जब शाम को युद्ध मैदान पर बिगुल बजता था तब सेनाएं युद्ध बंद करके अपने अपने शिविरों को लौट जाया करती थी। वर्तमान में रिट्रीट की धुन बजते ही ध्वज को उतारकर उसे सम्मान के साथ ले जाया जाता है और इस दौरान अविचल खड़े रहने की परंपरा है। और इस समारोह में भी यहां अश्व भी और ऊंट भी, ये भी अनुशासन के साथ अविचल पूरे समारोह में खड़े रहेंगे। और अगर ड्रमर्स कॉल की बात करें, ड्रमर्स कॉल यानी ड्रम वादन, ये उन दिनों की यादगार है जब शहरों और कस्बों में तैनात सैनिकों को संध्या काल में एक तय समय पर उनके सैन्य शिविरों में बुला लिया जाता था। वर्तमान में परंपरा और आधुनिकता का मिश्रण है ये समारोह।
Magnificent heritage steeped in history. It isn't very often that a show of light and sounds permeates your being with its flavor and leaves one suffused with a sense of patriotism. Under a lovely clear sky, the sun on its way to the other side of the world seems to have also stopped for some time to witness this glorious spectacle of martial music, marching, weaving a wonderful tapestry through intricate choreography. A total of 26 tunes shall be played. All are Indian in their composition. And of course, we have some new tunes also.
बीचिंग रिट्रीट समारोह की शुरुआत बिगुल वादकों के फैनफेयर से होगी। उसके बाद अलग अलग प्रस्तुतियां होंगी। कुल 26 धुनें वीर सैनिकों द्वारा बजाई जाएंगी। सेना और सशस्त्र पुलिस बलों के लगभग 1000 संगीतकार आज के इस समारोह में हिस्सा ले रहे हैं। लोकसभा अध्यक्ष विशिष्ट अतिथिगण यहां आज के समारोह के लिए मौजूद और बड़ी संख्या में यहां जनसमूह जो आज के इस ऐतिहासिक कार्यक्रम को देखने के लिए मौजूद विजय चौक पर।
So seating capacity limited this time, COVID protocol being followed, but the stands absolutely filled with people eagerly awaiting the unfolding of this beautiful ceremony, history harmonizing with the here and now, posterity's desire to capture all of today's exhilarating moments for itself will ensure that we let ourselves enjoy every fleeting minute of this spectacle. Music, men in movement, marching in perfect step, their own patterns, weaving them, their own pictures, creating them. Every bit of beauty here waiting to resonate with the timbre and tones of multiple instruments, pipes, drums, trombones, concert chimes, piccolos and trumpets.
सैन्य संगीत और रोशनी का ये समारोह है। बीचिंग रिट्रीट बहुतों के लिए सैन्य संगीत का ये पक्ष अनदेखा और अनसुना ही रह जाता अगर इस समारोह के माध्यम से ये हम तक न पहुंचता। जो अनुशासन, लगन, सेना की पहचान है, वही संगीत के सुरों के साथ यहाँ पूरे निखार में दिखती है। इन संगीतकारों की टुकड़ियों की अलग अलग फॉर्मेशंस बनती हैं, मार्च भी होता है। ये संगीत की ताल पर थिरकते भी हैं और जैसे संगीत का दरिया बहता रहता है।
As January draws to a close, a perfect evening inviting us all to embrace the moment. Time in the past tense seems to have flown by. Time in the future tense tends to approach slowly. It is only in the present that it is alive, energized and happening. So, once again, a request to settle down, put all thought to rest and let the senses rule as you experience sight and sound.
विजय चौक पर रक्षा मंत्री श्री राजनाथ सिंह का आगमन, तीनों सेना अध्यक्ष से मिलते हुए और अपना स्थान ग्रहण करते हुए रक्षा मंत्री श्री राजनाथ सिंह।
The the mellowing rays of a benevolent sun, nourishing our presence with its warmth, and the warmth of national pride that warms our spirits, uniting us as a people, as a nation. The three service chiefs, Chief of Army Staff, General M.M. Naravane, Chief of Air Staff, Air Chief Marshal Vivek Ram Chaudhary, and the Chief of the Naval Staff, Admiral R. Hari Kumar, along with Raksha Mantri, Shri Rajnath Singh here, will await the arrival now first of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, and then they will wait to greet and meet the President of India, Shri Ram Nath Kovind, who is the chief guest for today's celebration.
और इधर ये दृश्य राष्ट्रपति भवन के प्रांगण से, जहां से कुछ ही समय में माननीय राष्ट्रपति श्री रामनाथ कोविंद प्रस्थान करेंगे विजय चौक के लिए मीटिंग रिट्रीट समारोह, जिसके वो मुख्य अतिथि हैं। समारोह पूर्वक यहां से प्रस्थान करते हैं। राष्ट्रपति भवन के ठीक सामने रायसीना पहाड़ी से उतरकर वो स्थान विजय चौक, जो आयोजन स्थल है मीटिंग रिट्रीट समारोह का। रायसीना पहाड़ी से उतरते हुए विजय चौक के दोनों ओर नॉर्थ ब्लॉक और साउथ ब्लॉक, भारत सरकार के महत्वपूर्ण मंत्रालय, कार्यालय,
The President of India, Shri Ram Nath Kovind, the Supreme Commander of the Armed Forces, departing from the forecourt of Rashtrapati Bhavan.
माननीय राष्ट्रपति श्री रामनाथ कोविंद राष्ट्रपति भवन से प्रस्थान कर रहे हैं। समारोह पूर्वक वे दरबार हॉल से रामपुरवा वृषभ से गुजरते हुए प्रांगण की ओर अग्रसर। उनके साथ उनका सैन्य स्टाफ है। राष्ट्रपति के सैन्य सचिव लेफ्टिनेंट जनरल संजीव राय, उप सैन्य सचिव ग्रुप कैप्टन अभय फणसलकर और मेजर रोहन चौहान और मेजर रोहित रसगोत्रा। उनके सैन्य स्टाफ में सेना के तीनों अंगों के अधिकारी शामिल रहते हैं। पहले गणतंत्र दिवस से ही माननीय राष्ट्रपति इसी प्रकार समारोह पूर्वक प्रस्थान करते हैं। प्रांगण में आगमन पर उन्हें राष्ट्रीय सैल्यूट दिया जाएगा।
राष्ट्रपति अंगरक्षक गुलामी देगा राष्ट्र सल्यूट मध्य प्रदेश।
"46 bodyguards on magnificent bay and dark bay-colored mounts. The President of India, Shri Ram Nath Kovind, escorted by the President's bodyguard, will now move towards Vijay Chowk. The President's bodyguard, raised in 1773, the senior-most regiment of the Indian Army,
राष्ट्रपति अंगरक्षक अनुरक्षी बनेगा सेक्शन सैनिकों कदम कदम।
The commandant of the President's bodyguard, Colonel Anup Tiwari, will be riding to the right of the President's car leading this elite body of horsemen. He is mounted on his charger Virat, who has been awarded with the Chief of Army Staff's commendation on the occasion of Army Day 2022, and is the first charger horse of the President's bodyguard to receive the commendation card. Virat is a veteran of over 13 Republic Day parades, and as the charger is escorting the Honorable President of India, today is his last beating retreat ceremony, and he was given on Republic Day a very emotional farewell, also by the President, the Prime Minister and the Defense Minister.
विशाल और भव्य राष्ट्रपति भवन के प्रांगण से माननीय राष्ट्रपति महोदय का प्रस्थान विजय चौक की ओर, उनके साथ 46 सजीले घुड़सवार अंगरक्षक। राष्ट्रपति भवन का प्रांगण अंग्रेजी अक्षर टी की शक्ल का, मुख्य द्वार तक दोनों ओर हरियाली, नहर और फव्वारे हैं। प्रांगण की लाल बजरी लाल कालीन की तरह चमकती है। माननीय राष्ट्रपति के घुड़सवार अंगरक्षक, जिनकी कमान संभाली है कर्नल अनूप तिवारी ने, द्वितीय कमान है लेफ्टिनेंट कर्नल रमाकांत यादव। जयपुर कॉलम, ये तस्वीरें हर बार हम देखते हैं, लेकिन हर बार और भी भव्य लगती हैं और भी यादगार बन जाती हैं।
The 44-meter tall Jaipur column at the center of the avenue leading up to the forecourt, topped by the Star of India. And here you're getting a glimpse of the entire vista.
और इधर विजय चौक पर माननीय प्रधानमंत्री की कारों का काफिला पहुंचता हुआ दुनिया के सबसे बड़े लोकतंत्र के प्रधानमंत्री श्री नरेंद्र मोदी का आगमन हो रहा है विजय चौक पर।
As the President of India, Shri Ramnath Kovind, leaves the forecourt of Rashtrapati Bhavan here at Vijay Chowk, is the arrival of Prime Minister Narendra Modi.
माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी का शुभागमन। माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी जनमानस में अति सम्मानित हैं।
आजादी का अमृत महोत्सव है, विशेष अवसर है और आज बीटिंग रिट्रीट समारोह है और आगमन हो रहा है देश के माननीय प्रधानमंत्री श्री नरेंद्र मोदी का।
शौर्य और संवेदना के शिखर, जन आस्था के अडिग प्रतीक माननीय
रक्षा मंत्री और तीनों सेनाओं के अध्यक्ष उनकी अगवानी करते हुए
जनमानस से एक खास कनेक्ट, एक खास जुड़ाव है, लगाव है माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी का, और हर भारतीय से ये जुड़ाव वो महसूस करते हैं और हर भारतीय ये कनेक्ट महसूस।
The dignitaries now here await the arrival of the President of India.
माननीय राष्ट्रपति जी का काफिला धीरे धीरे रायसीना पहाड़ी से विजय चौक की ओर बढ़ता हुआ और यहाँ विजय चौक पर आगमन हो रहा है भारत की प्रथम महिला माननीय राष्ट्रपति जी की पत्नी श्रीमती सविता कोविंद का।
Mrs. Savita Kovind arriving here at Vijay Chowk, the First Lady of India. And in a short while from now, military melodies will magically transform the reverberations here. The light breeze will pick up the notes and will suffuse the air with sentiment and pride, the fragrance of brotherhood of our coming together to foreground our country, keeping us standing still in the moment.
आज के इस समारोह के प्रिंसिपल कंडक्टर यानी प्रधान संचालक हैं नेवी के कमांडर विजय चार्ल्स डी क्रूज। Commander Vijay Charles D. Cruz, Director of Music Navy. थल सेना बैंड के कंडक्टर हैं सूबेदार मेजर जी बीजू. नौसेना बैंड के ऑनररी सब लेफ्टिनेंट विंसेंट जॉनसन. वायुसेना के वारंट ऑफिसर अशोक कुमार. पाइप्स एंड ड्रम्स बैंड सूबेदार मेजर मलकीत सिंह. केंद्रीय सशस्त्र पुलिस बल बैंड इंस्पेक्टर एम पंकज रावत. ब्यूगलर्स की जिम्मेदारी संभाली है सूबेदार यू श्रीनिवासलू ने. कुल 26 धुनें होंगी. आज के इस कार्यक्रम में लगभग 1000 संगीतकार.
And now 46 buglers will herald the arrival of the president.
बिगुल का उद्घोष सूचक है. देश के प्रथम नागरिक, तीनों सेनाओं के सर्वोच्च कमांडर, भारत के माननीय राष्ट्रपति श्री रामनाथ कोविंद का आगमन हो रहा है विजय चौक पर.
The arrival of the President of India and Supreme Commander of the Armed Forces, Shri Ramnath Kovind, here at Vijay Chowk for the beating retreat ceremony, our 73rd Republic Day celebrations.
रामनाथ कोविंद जी का शुभागमन हो चुका है.
राष्ट्रपति अंगरक्षक सलामी देगा. राष्ट्र सल्यूट. मध्यम तक. अंगरक्षक सेक्शन तनगोद कदम कदम